Yuridu Marang, Yua Nadi, Elijah Ingram, Jiramadalinya, Badu Yuradri Gabir. I speak today in my traditional language because it is important to the earth that I speak to it in the language it gave me. I spoke to you in my language because language is why I'm here today. Now, how do we define a language? That's my question for everybody here today. Is it the words we speak? If so, do we not count signed language as a language? If it's not just the words we speak, is it also the actions we perform? Is movement a language? Or do sounds and actions become a language only when we infer meaning from them? Is a language a fixed set of rules, or does it ebb and flow, adapting and changing? Do we make language what we want it to be, or does language work to define us? Now, in our lives, the language we use will change. It will grow and adapt. It will form new meanings and lose that which no longer serves a purpose. To me, language is very much a living thing. But what do we do when a language is dying? When its purpose has been drained from it? When it no longer defines who we are, not because its words and actions hold no meaning, but because there's no one left for it to define? How do we breathe life, give meaning, make whole that which has been broken and forgotten? And how do we look beyond that to what we do once a language has been saved? Now, when a language is dying, we have to ask ourselves, what do we do with it? Do we allow it to die? I mean, words have been formed and forgotten for thousands of years. How is this any different? Or do we work until we are consumed by our task? Do we force ourselves to give it meaning, to rebuild its purpose as that which connects us? Language reclamation is a task undertaken by very few. Not because it's an almost impossible task, which it can be. Not because it's a lifelong commitment, which it can be. Few people perform the work of language reclamation because the need to rebuild a language inherently implies that it is dying. And if a language is dying, that means the people that give it purpose are dying as well. Few people work in language reclamation because there are few left to do so. And so we ask ourselves, how do we bring a language to life? This question has driven the work of scholars for years, from forgotten languages carved in stone with no one left alive who can speak them, to the languages taken by those in power to suppress those who spoke them. People have faithfully done the work of saving and preserving language for the future. But very few have looked beyond that point. Few have felt the hope of thinking beyond saving a language and to thinking of how it will live in a future where it is no longer dying. Now that is the work of my generation. We have been gifted back our birthright, and we have been gifted the tools to bring our language forward through the eons and into the modern world. Through modern technology, ever-changing as it is, my generation has been given the tools to take our languages from dying to thriving. Recording our language is now as simple as sitting in front of a microphone and speaking. Writing our language is as simple as putting pen to paper. Every time we do, we understand the weight of the work done before us and understand the responsibility of what we do for those who will come after. But how do we go beyond this? Beyond recording our voices and writing our words? From embedding our languages in TV and movies, from animating our stories and histories, from having it seen and heard in every way possible, how do we go beyond? In my opinion, beyond all of this lies community. Language requires community to give it meaning. Now, to be given the chance to learn a language, any language, is a privilege, one that wasn't always afforded to people. And the building of a community that cherishes that idea is not easy. To bring together a group of people and make them see the value of something they didn't know that they were owed, to make them see that value, is a difficult and often thankless task. But it has to be done. Without a community who sees the value in giving a language life, there is no hope of continuing the work of those who saved it in the first place. Community building, a task that anyone with an idea that they thought it was valuable has tried to do, is, in my opinion, the key to breathing life back into a dying language. because a community makes this task a little more manageable, a little more fulfilling, a little easier. Bringing a language back to life is a task that can be achieved, but only if we do it together. Now, it's the great task of my generation to ensure that instead of dying, our languages are thriving. And so we breathe life into our dying languages before we die with them. Thank you.